Plays, and let's find some plays for tonight. So we're going to start off on Dabble, which is a book that it used to have a lot more value. They kind of cleared out a bit in terms of, how many good lines there are on Dabble, but there's still some pretty good plays for tonight. So let's just kind of take a look and try to build a slip real quickly. We got a lot of games today, so let's lock in some plays. So the first play I see that I like is Aaron Gordon under 4.5 assists. So the way that Dabble works, if you're new to this stream, it's another fantasy book. It's kind of just like PrizePicks. So what's up, guys? Anyways, let me know what book you want to look at. We can look at whatever next. But the way that PrizePicks works is, you take a player to go over or under, whatever, you're going to get the same payout. So if you look at Aaron Gordon's line, all the books have ripped his under to being a really heavy favorite. Under 4.5 assists. Minus 156. You can kind of look at the line movement charts. And again, all these books independently are setting lines. So we have a bunch of different betting markets, like FanDuel's a little more aggressive than Caesars on the under, minus 158 versus minus 151. But it's pretty clear, okay, Aaron Gordon's a big favorite to go under. So that's the play we want to be on. But let's just keep building. So, because sometimes they've been bumping things a little quicker. So what else do we have? So we want to look at Maxey steals. Tyrese Maxey under 1.5 steals. And again, this line it's probably not available on PrizePicks. Yeah, you can see they don't have a Maxey steal lineup. And that's kind of the benefit of using multiple books. So let's just make sure this stream is working properly, and it is. So we have Maxey under, and then there was a pretty good line for the Alabama game, which is Grant Nelson over 9.5 points. So then we can throw in a college basketball play. If you look at Nelson's line, again, as a sports bettor, ideally you can point to everything you're betting and, show why it has value. So PrizePicks, FanDuel, Underdog, most of these other books have his line around 10.5. So this can be the 3-pick entry we lock in on Dabble to kind of start this off. What the fuck is going on? So if you want to lock it in, just, again, go quick because sometimes they take a bit. And it's a little janky when I have the streaming software going. So I'm going to have to disconnect my phone. But anyways, we got Gordon under 4.5 assists, Maxey under 1.5 steals. Then we got Grant Nelson over 9.5 points. So let's go quick because these games are starting soon and I want to lock in some plays. So there we go. I got the entry locked in and hopefully you were able to get it in as well. But let's go to PrizePicks. Let's see if we can make a PrizePicks slip. So what do we have? So we got a 3-pick entry on Dabble to kind of start out the stream. And again, all the live stream plays are tracked in the sheet in the description on YouTube. So yesterday was a down day, down like $400 or something like that with all the plays hit on the stream. But anyways, let's see what we got here. So there's a 47.25, and then we got Maxey under 1.5 steals, Grant Nelson over 9.5 points, and then we got Aaron Gordon under 4.5 assists. So this is on Dabble. Again, and they have pretty good payouts for their 3-pick entries. PrizePicks is a fucking ripoff. They try to only give you a 5x payout, which is no good. Whereas Dabble, they're kind of like Underdog. They actually give you pretty good payouts on these 3-pick entries. So what book should we look at next? Oh my God, there's value everywhere. So let's try to do a PrizePicks slip. So let's get rid of all this shit except for PrizePicks and see if we can make a nice little PrizePicks play. If not, maybe Underdog or Better. Better has a promo, or they have a few different discounts that you can kind of choose from. And it's going to make me log back in again. But they have a few discounts. PrizePicks has a discount on Zach Edey. But I already locked it in. I think they're discounting his points line. What are they discounting his points line to? 22. So a 5-point discount on Zach Edey. So if you haven't taken advantage of that, I already have some PrizePicks slips locked in. But they're bumping things a little bit quickly today. So like this play, for example, Schroeder under 10.5 RAs. I had it on PrizePicks. They ended up just, I don't know if they bumped it or removed it. But they're getting pretty quick with some of these bumps. So you can see they bumped him down to 10, so some of the value goes away, which is a little annoying. But you can see on Better, they have some discounts on, Garrett Whitlock. This is the one I took. They're discounting his his pitching line to 4.5 Ks. So you're basically getting, a 1 strikeout discount. So if we go to the Angels game, because these discounts, like 1 strikeout, it may not seem like a big deal, but yesterday, the Fliff parlay I gave out, lost by 1 strikeout. Like 1 strikeout in the MLB is a big fucking deal. So if you just go to pitcher props, you can see like Whitlock, 1 strikeout. So they're giving you his discount to over 4.5, which is the same as 5+ strikeouts. So again, like over 4.5, that's the same as 5+, which is what they're discounting him to. So there's a big swing in the odds, -260, -111. But anyways, let's see if we can get in an underdog play or something. So we got in a Dabble slip to start out this stream, which again is right here if you're just tuning in. But we want to find some other plays to go with. Man, I hate fucking fading this guy. Do we want to fade Klingon? He's so hit or miss. So let's take a look right here. We got Donovan Klingon. Are we going to fade the Stars? So let's take a look. Let's see here. Again, like first step for any play I give out, I obviously follow a very data-driven approach, is just make sure the picks have value. So not as many books post college basketball player props as the NBA, but you can see here, like, every other book kind of has this line at 26.5 PRAs. So Underdog has solid value on the under. All these books set their own lines. So all that, OddsJam does, this software, is kind of try to point out the spots where these books are screwing up. So PrizePicks already bumped the line on Dennis Schroeder, but it's still available on Underdog. So we can start out with these 2 picks. And then do we just want to create a full fade slip? I mean, what do we want to go with as our final pick? It's kind of like, okay, there's some esports line discrepancies, but you can see here like Hot Streak versus Underdog. It doesn't look like PrizePicks, and a lot of the other books are posting lines yet for esports for tomorrow, but we do have DJ Burns. I mean, I know no one's going to fucking like this slip, but I'm going to ride it. So we got DJ Burns under 14.5 points. Fading. I mean, they're playing Purdue. Hopefully Zach Edey locks him up. You can see here, like, you can also get this line on PrizePicks. FanDuel's moved him to 13.5 with the under favored. So again, like FanDuel, $10 billion company, they're pretty good at, setting lines and everything. So even if, you have your own opinions on the game, you still want to make sure you're finding value. Obviously, you wouldn't want to take his over 14.5. If you could get his over 13.5 at -106 odds, almost plus money on FanDuel. So I'm going to lock it in. This is the 3-pick entry I'm going to lock in. Again, Underdog Fantasy, it may be a little confusing. Why is it -122 odds? Like, they don't have any odds on Underdog. Anyways, let's lock this in real quick. So they're giving us a 6x payout, so I'm betting 100 to win 600. We could not detect your location. Come on, baby. So let's see what we have. Hopefully they didn't bump anything. No, they didn't. So we're good to go here. 3 unders. 3 unders on Underdog Fantasy. And then we got this Dabble slip. Fuck yeah. So we got a Dabble slip in, we got an Underdog slip in. So we're betting 100 to win 600, which is every 3-pick entry on Underdog. You're getting 100 to win 600. So that's essentially the same as a 3-pick parlay. If you create a 3-pick parlay on a sports book where every leg is -122 odds, you're going to get a payout of 6x, 100 to win 600. So essentially, if you want to compare Underdog, like what are their prices compared to the sports books, did they already bump it? So hopefully you guys were able to get it in. I mean, but that's annoying. Looks like they already bumped it. So, so I guess they already bumped that. But next we can go to Fliff or something like that. But hopefully you had enough time. I know there's kind of a delay on the stream, but hopefully you had enough time to lock in, the Underdog play. So, what do we want to look at next? So, Underdog Fantasy -122 odds. That's essentially the juice you're getting. So, any play you're betting, you can kind of think about, okay, would I want to bet this if I were getting -122 juice? And let's see here. Maybe there's some plays on FanDuel as well. So like if you create a 3-pick parlay, just as a little example, if you create a 3-pick parlay, why are there so many bets? Why did I load up so many bets? Where each leg is around like, minus 120. So where's another minus 120 or something like that? Minus 120, minus 120. You'll see it comes out to plus 500 odds, which is a 6x payout. So essentially Underdog's just giving you minus 122, minus 120 juice on any player prop you go with in a 3-pick entry. But anyways, let's see what we have here on Fliff though. So this is an underdog play, but let's see what there was on Fliff. So we have Luke Kennard under 3.5 assists. It's kind of a slower day for the NBA, but you can kind of see here like FanDuel, they've moved his under from plus 128 down to minus 114. So the action's coming in on the under. Sometimes it's lineup driven, like yesterday, unfortunately, the slip didn't fully hit from yesterday. But, like yesterday, McCollum, his line, because Zion didn't play, it went up from 34.5 PRAs to 39.5. Like, the second Zion was announced as not playing, I mean, it would have cashed at 39.5. But PrizePicks, all the other books moved his line up 5 PRAs because Zion wasn't playing. But anyways, let's go here and let's lock in this play on Fliff. No other book is giving you plus money on Kennard's under. You can see the market's kind of moved towards his under. Maybe it's lineup driven. I don't know. But you can see here, it's like all the books, they're pretty good at setting lines. They're taking bets, moving lines based on where action's coming in. They all have his under heavily favored. So let's go to Kennard and let's get in a Fliff play. So we got a Fliff play. We got an underdog play now in this stream. So we got an underdog 3-pick. We don't have shed on PrizePicks yet. And then this seems like the best possible value available on Fliff right now. We can go to FanDuel, and we can also look at PrizePicks. So again, PrizePicks too, like, unfortunately they bumped some of these plays, but like if you can be clever and avoid the payout shifts, you can get some pretty good MLB correlation in. But again, like, it's just a little tricky because, PrizePicks, they add a lot of payout shifts, so you just got to be a little careful. Like, obviously, if John Gray gives up under 2.5 earned runs, then all these hitters on the Astros, we got Abreu, Pena, Bregman, they're all more likely to go under. So, like, this would be a great play to pair, but you can see they're only giving you a 6.5x payout, which is crazy. For a 5-pick flex play, they're only giving you a 4x payout if you take Alvarez's under. So, like, usually they give you like a 10x payout, right, for 5-pick flex plays, like the Zach Edey discount. Here's what I locked in. Give you a 10x payout. So you need to be a little careful, but if you can find your spots right, you can avoid the payout shifts. So like this play, basically, kind of the logic behind it is if the Rangers have a good game, all these players are more likely to go over, hitter fantasy score, Seager bases. So JP is more likely to go under 17.5 outs. John Gray is more likely to get the win. So like all these plays had a little bit of value and paired well together. And then I just threw in an NBA play. And there was a slight payout shift down to 23x. But like, that's not that big of a deal. It's when they try to reduce it to, like a lot less. Anyways, there are some plays coming up on PrizePicks. So we got in our Fliff play. So we got in a Dabble slip. I assume they may have already bumped some of the plays, but if they haven't, this is what I locked in. Nelson over 9.5 points, Gordon and Maxey under an assist and steals. And then we have Luke Kennard under 3.5 assists on Fliff. So we got a Fliff play in. Kennard under 3.5 assists. So what do we want to take a look at? What book do we want to take a look at? I mean, I wouldn't mind doing a PrizePicks play. Like you can see, like I feel like a lot of people I've been seeing a lot of slips on Zach Edey over 14.5 rebounds on PrizePicks and Underdog, which I'm not saying it's a horrible bet or I hate Zach Edey. I mean, but 14.5 is a pretty shitty line considering you can get him on FanDuel over 13.5 at minus 135. So, like, this actually looks really good if you can bet college basketball player props on FanDuel. Getting Zach Edey over 13.5 rebounds at minus 135 seems solid. But anyways, let's see if we can do a slip on PrizePicks. So let's start out here. Do we like Bridges under? Bridges under 23.5 PAs, points plus assists. So maybe we start out here. You can kind of see, like, the market's moved for whatever reason, lineup injuries, or just sharps are hammering the under. The books are constantly reacting to bets that are coming in. So if all the profitable customers on FanDuel are betting Bridges to go under, they're going to move odds towards his under, or they'll move his line lower. So, information is reflected in markets. But let's see what we can find. Let's see if we can build a slip. So let's start out with Bridges, PAs. And then we got to find some other plays. And there's some different options. I mean, these esports plays, meh. So Jokic has been, obviously playing super well. 64 fantasy score, though, that's fucking crazy, man. 64 fantasy score is crazy. You can see he barely went over against the Clippers, 66.4. Is Jamal Murray playing tonight? No, so it doesn't look like Jamal Murray's playing tonight. People like fading Jokic. We already have some women's college basketball player props coming up, but Caitlin Clark over 49.5 PRAs. I don't even think she played that. She didn't even play that well last night. She got lucky. She got real lucky. So let's skip over that, and let's see what else we can kind of find. But I do like this play on Jokic. So we got 2 picks to kind of start this slip out. But let's see here. Are there any other line discrepancies, things we want to go with? So, we have Tovar under 1.5 bases. So, that's not horrible. Well, let's see here. Let's see what we got. So we got a PrizePicks play in. Where was that tackles play? So this is you only have one data point here. Like ESPN, they have the under super heavily favored tomorrow. But you don't have a bunch of other books that post, these more niche markets like player tackles. So maybe we kind of skip that over too. But what other options do we have? Tovar under 1.5 bases. Anyways, we don't have that much time left, so I want to get this slip in. So we're fading Bridges, we're fading Jokic, and then we need to find some other plays to pair. And FanDuel has a lot of value right now, but I feel like, people are never that interested in my FanDuel plays on these streams, so fuck FanDuel for a second. Oh my God. Okay, so we got some baseball plays showing up. DL Hall over 5 strikeouts. So let's take a look at this. What do we got going on here? DL Hall over 5 strikeouts. I apologize. So I'm not sure if this is his first outing of the season. I mean, guy hasn't done shit recently in terms of striking people out. But maybe the Mariners, strike out more. I don't know. That's all, it's already priced into the lines. And you can see it looks like they already bumped him up to 5 anyways because they're fucking assholes. And you can see they did. So they already bumped him up to 5.5. So I missed that play anyways. So no reason to even talk about it. Caitlin Clark, Garrett Whitlock. I mean, we could fade his fantasy score. Nah. I mean, some more plays on Underdog showing up, but I wouldn't mind getting in a PrizePicks play, man. I just hate when they fucking bump everything so fast. So we're fading Jokic. Are there any Angels players that would kind of pair halfway decently? Garrett Whitlock under in fantasy score. I mean, again, what kind of sucks about PrizePicks is they just give you such ass payouts. They only give you a 5x payout for these 3-pick entries. So it's just a little harder to, like, you know, because you got to find 5 good picks that you're in love with that you want to go with. And we'll be able to. I just got to move a little bit quicker. Shut the fuck up because these games are starting in a few minutes. So Tovar under 1.5 bases. I don't know, man. Let's see if there's anything better on Underdog. Honestly, or is there just, it seems like most of the value right now is on FanDuel. Again, if you can't play college basketball player props, there's still, like, you know, I think Illinois, only certain states allow college basketball player props on FanDuel. But on the bright side, there's also some good NBA plays on FanDuel. And I'll look at PrizePicks again in a sec, but, like, what the fuck is going on here? Scottie Pippen. FanDuel has, like, such low juice. I don't use it a ton in these streams. I try to give out a few FanDuel plays. It's kind of like Dabble. It's just janky with location sharing software. But you can see they only have 20 cents of juice. Minus 106, minus 114. Like, Fliff has 70 cents of juice. Plus 105, minus 175. So it's a lot easier to find, you know, pretty good value. And you can see they already bumped it down to minus 114. They bumped it 22 seconds ago to minus 122. So already, like, a lot of the value went away, which is annoying because FanDuel has tight lines. Like, they have good prices, but they bump things quickly. However, Bobby Witt over 1.5 hits. I mean, this play doesn't seem bad. He's starting, so there's no issues about, like, you know, pinch hitting or anything like that. So we have Bobby Witt. I mean, that kind of seems like the best value on FanDuel if you want to play on FanDuel. But anyways. So are there any plays that we like on PrizePicks? I mean, there are some coming up. We have South Carolina versus Iowa. Camilla under 10.5 rebounds. So we got 2 picks we like. Under 10.5 rebounds. So we can kind of look up. Again, it's already, like, priced into the lines books are putting out, but, you know, sometimes it's just interesting to see. So, you know, she's only gone over in rebounds 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, yeah. So she's gone under like 6 out of the past 7 games. Again, that's already going to be priced in to the lines, but under 10.5 rebounds, like, kind of checks out from a gut check perspective. There's also value on it. Caesars Sportsbook, they have her line at 9.5. So they're indicating to us, like, hey, we think her line's too high. I really don't want to take Caitlin Clark over 49.5 PRAs. So should we fade Whitlock? Should we fade Claxton? I mean, we have some different fantasy score options. Anyways, I don't want to waste your time. So I'm going to lock in this FanDuel play, and then let's just finish out this kind of PrizePicks slip. Sometimes, like, I take a while to think about the correlation, but, you know. So Tovar under 1.5 bases. Tovar under 1.5 bases. He had 5 bases last game against Tampa Bay. But you can see here, all the books have his under favored. FanDuel only has a one-way market. So it's a little annoying because they're not showing you odds on the under. They only let you bet the over, so it's a one-way market. But you can kind of assume, like, okay, if they had the same juice as Fanatics, 35 cents of juice, they'd have the under at minus 140. So even though they're not showing you odds on the under, you know that the under is heavily favored because they're giving you plus money, an underdog price on the over. So we can take Tovar under 1.5 bases, and then we just kind of need one final pick that we love. Ooh, so we could take the Nerfy in the Red Sox game. So sure, fuck it, whatever. I'm fine with that. I like that actually a lot. So let's go here. And no correlation, I mean, I've tried to like find some good correlation and give it out on Twitter, but they just fucking bump those plays so quickly. So where's the Red Sox game? So I want to take the Nerfy in this game. Again, like PrizePicks, I'm on ass betting limits anyways, but let me put this in the chat for anyone who wants to tail real quickly. Lakers win 116-97. Damn. They manhandled the Cavs. So let's go here and let me put this link in the chat for whoever wants to tail. Here's the play. And what we can do is, let me go to Twitch and put it in the Twitch chat as well. Just add Edie for a 6-man. What's the worst play I want to replace with Edie? Anyways, this is a PrizePicks play. Yeah, so if you want to bet Zach Edey, I mean, again, it seems like the best line is on FanDuel. Over 13.5 rebounds at minus 135. It looks fucking, I mean, Caesars has ripped him all the way up to a minus 258 favorite. So all the action has been coming in on Edey's over. So if you can play it on FanDuel, I mean, that seems solid. But anyways, let me lock in this play on Bobby Witt. Over 1.5 hits. So FanDuel, you know, FanDuel just has so many, they just have so many lines. Like FanDuel offers, basically you can bet on whatever the fuck you want. Like they probably have 1,000 lines up that you can bet on for every single game. So if you just go to batter props, 2+ hits, that's the same as over 1.5, right? Over 1.5 is the same as 2+. So some of these books, like some call it 2+, some call it over 1.5 hits. So OddsJam just like standardizes it. But you can see plus 155 looks pretty fucking solid. So when does this game start? So this game starts at 7:10. So let's go here and let's hit this shit. In FanDuel, I'm not sure what their betting limits are like for MLB batter props. I don't play a ton of them. They're going to give me $200 on it. So sure, whatever. So let's throw that in. So we got Bobby Witt. For anyone who uses FanDuel, that seems like a great line on FanDuel. Over 1.5 hits. So 2+ hits. And again, all the live stream plays you'll just see, you know, tracked in the spreadsheet in the description on YouTube. Yeah. So all the plays are just tracked in the final spreadsheet. You'll see all the plays open. I mean, some I'm going to have to go back after. I didn't, like, finish adding them. But, like, I got to add the PrizePicks play, the Underdog play, because I don't want to waste time. We got to lock in fucking bets. Is there anything else we're in love with, though? I mean, there's a lot of value on FanDuel. PrizePicks, we got in a play. I put the link in the chat, correct? So let me just make sure I did put the link in the chat. Nerfy props are so fun. Yeah, I fucking love Nerfies. I mean, I love it when they hit. Any napkin math if bumping a community boost from 25x to 30x is plus EV? Ooh. Tail and get boosted. Whoa. Whoa. What is it getting boosted to? 6x payout. Jokic over tail and get boosted. Angel Hernandez or Alexander Hernandez. Not Angel Hernandez. Alexander Hernandez under 10 fight time minutes. So are any of these good? A 30x payout boost isn't that impactful. If anything, it would be like a 3.5x or a 2x one. Or this. Fucking Trent's. This may be the best one. So we have Zach Edey. Unfortunately, they already bumped him up to 14 rebounds. If we could get him. So they already fucking bumped him. So they bumped him up to 14.5. So now I don't want to play it. But let's take a look at this. So let's do this one. So this one is Zach Edey. Oh, my God. So this one is DJ Burns over 14.5 points. I mean, no. You don't want to take the over. Again, FanDuel has his line at 13.5 with the under favored. Also, it doesn't make a ton of sense to stack players on the same team, both to go over. Honestly, so I don't think any of these are particularly good, even with the boost. We already are on Kennard. So anyways, I'll call this live stream, for now. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully our plays win. We had some underdog, some prize picks on this stream, some FanDuel, some Dabble, Fliff. Kennard was the play on Fliff. And again, you'll see them all just tracked in the spreadsheet on YouTube. But anyways, thanks so much for tuning in and, enjoy